Madden Podcast. I'm Shanegotyou11. With me, as always, is Trey and Nick.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? What's up, YouTube? We are back again with another episode of the Coast Madden Podcast. Hopefully you guys are doing good, trying to stay, hydrated in this hot weather that we're currently dealing with. And me, I can't really stand the hot weather too much. People are always like, "Oh, I want to live on the beach," and I'm like, I'm good. Like, I would visit the beach and do all that other stuff, but like living by the beach, I can't really do it. So, and then I think Miami is pretty cool because I always thought Miami was pretty cool how it's like surrounded by water and all that stuff. But yeah. But Shane, how have you been doing this last couple weeks? Are you ready for Madden 21?
Yeah, man, I just wanted to get here. It has been way too long. I mean, it usually should be here by now. Yeah, I want it. It's like a drug, bro. I'm ready.
Yo, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was asking Shane. I mean, not Shane. I was asking Trey earlier, Shane. Like, shouldn't have Madden 21 already been out?
Yeah, it was
Normally?
supposed to be. It was supposed to be late July.
Wow.
Yeah, it was supposed to be out late July. It got pushed back due to the crazy
Coronavirus.
times that we are currently living in. But nonetheless, I think that it's still pretty cool that they're coming out with it. And it sounds like the EA developers. That sounds like they're pretty committed to. Like, even though the game might be a mess at first, which, I'm kind of expecting it to be, there's going to be, probably my best estimate, probably going to be like some 4 or 5 exploits that are going to be discovered. But it sounds like they're going to be working on patches, and, hopefully it'll be well tuned.
Yeah, it's supposed to be what I believe. I've heard 2 in the first month.
Yeah, two in the first month. So, however, some good news. Madden 21. So every year, I don't know if any of you guys play Madden Mobile on your phone. Me personally, I've played it in the past. Can't really get into it that much.
Nope.
But it's cool that other people play it. But if you download Madden 21 Mobile on your phone, you can make the first step in creating your character for the yard. And for those of you that don't know, which a lot of people are excited about the yard, it's basically going to be like a 5-on-5 football team. It's going to be similar to 2K's Park from what I've seen. But if you download the Madden 21 Mobile, you can create your character, and then when it comes out on console, your character from your phone is going to transfer over to the console version of the yard. So
Oh, that's pretty
it's going
cool.
to be it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to work. Because I think it's going to be cool, but like I feel like everybody's going to want to play quarterback when they play online. I mean, I'll play like wide receiver, like that's fine with me. But I just feel like a lot of people are going to want to play quarterback when it comes to
It's
that.
whatever.
So,
It's actually, they say stuff like that when you're playing a video game with your buddies, do a baseball or NBA or football, and they pick like the point guard or the QB or the pitcher. They usually are controlling. They like to be in control more. I don't know if that's true. They just said that in an article on psychology. I just don't. What do you guys think about that? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's true.
Does that fit you guys' personalities if you think about it? Because I do like to be like the quarterback or the pitcher, and I like to be in control.
Yeah, in the same way.
yeah. So yeah, big shout out to EA. And if you guys remember back in, I believe it was Madden 11 or 12, somewhere in the early days, but they actually had a team play mode. but they had a team play mode for like 2 years, but not a lot of people were playing it, and it was like online, you know, like regular teams and all that. So I mean, the fact that EA uh, started off with mud squads back in Madden 18, and they introduced that, the way to where you can team up with your friends and team up with your friends and play versus other people. I also think it's pretty cool that they added the feature where if you're doing solo challenges, because some people like solo challenges. Um, I personally don't, but the fact that you can also grind solo challenges with your friend, I mean, that just makes, the solo challenges
Wow.
that much more enjoyable, in my opinion. So,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, do they have that feature in Madden 20, or is that gonna only be in Madden 21?
now it's going to be in Madden 21, I think, but
Okay, so they don't have the feature in Madden 20.
yeah. I don't know. It seems like Madden, and I was talking to Nick about this earlier, but I mean, if you think about all the games that are kind of free to play these days, like Fortnite, Apex, and things like that, do you think that maybe we'll get to a point where Madden could be free, or do you think
No.
that probably won't
No,
happen?
I don't think it'll happen, especially when it's all about the money and like MUT draft or I mean, excuse me, salary and cap, and you have to buy your cards and so I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I could see it happening because Madden has kind of turned into the whole, MMO style of games where where it's not like a single player game. You kind of invest your time into Ultimate Team and like building your character. But I think that it just comes down to EA just wanting all the money. So not only do they want, the Ultimate Team crowd, but they also want the franchise people and the other demographics that play Madden. So we'll see.
I agree.
I also think it's cool. And also for those of you that don't know, Superstar KO, the mode that was introduced back in Madden 20, is going to be making an appearance in Madden 21, which has been confirmed. So I think that's pretty cool of them. Superstar KO. I mean, that's a mode that people always say that it's free to play, but I mean, it might not be the funnest mode to play, but you hop in Superstar KO and that's free to play and it's whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
I know that me and Shane and Nick have played a little bit of Superstar KO on stream. What did you? I'm gonna go to Nick first. What did you like Superstar KO?
I think it's
Personally.
boring.
Uh,
I like MUT.
yeah,
MUT and the QB1 first of the franchise to me is more funner than KO. I could like when I'm super bored on everything else, then yeah, I'll play a little bit of KO. But otherwise, to me, it's just really boring.
yeah. I mean, I think Superstar KO is definitely one of those game modes where it's like if you have nothing else to do, or if you're just sick of playing Madden, like Ultimate Team and other modes, um, then it's like one of those modes. But Shane, what do you think about Superstar KO? Do you think it's kind of like fun for what it is?
Yeah, I think it's fun. I mean, I don't think it's supposed to be serious or like, like proving yourself. Like, I think you're supposed to have fun with your friends or your family or whoever you're playing with. Like when I played it, it was a good like relaxer if that makes sense because I play high stress, high functioning like Madden games to try to make tournaments. So I think Superstar KO when I played it, it was just fun to like relax, and not care, and just I try to win. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't a big deal.
Right.
Yo, Shane, you know what
And
game? Oh my bad. Go ahead, Trey.
yeah, yeah. I was just gonna say that maybe in the future there'll be more kind of not really like games like salary cap draft champions, but I was thinking maybe they can include some kind of card game, um, I was thinking about War, but then if you play War, then it's gonna be super pay to play. You would just get obliterated by people that pay the most money, but maybe like a salary cap on it. Just something to kind of if you don't feel like playing Madden, but just if you're into the whole card collecting thing. But what were you saying, Nick? Before I cut you off.
I don't think he's here right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Well, were you trying to talk to me?
Yeah. I was saying,
okay.
like, I was just saying, do you think that it would be cool to, maybe include some more, mini games like Superstar KO into Mud? Maybe something like a card trading game or like, War, but with Mud cards. Do you think that could be something that you could do?
I think War would be fun.
Yeah.
And what I was
War
gonna
would
say
be
earlier, because Shane was talking about stress, I was gonna say strain. What did I say? Strain. Sorry, Shane. A stress game you should really play is Call of Duty Warzone and see how stressed you get after it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I played Weekend League. I think for anybody that's played 25 games a week in League, if you can play 25 games a week in League, then you can.
Then
talk
you
to
could
me
play
about
Call of Duty
stress.
Warzone.
Yeah, that's definitely some stressful. I think Shane's done a good job of kind of avoiding that realm. I know he tried to do Mutt Unlimited with the Seahawks team, and didn't really go too well. But yeah, Mud Unlimited is definitely something that definitely requires some kind of patience and all that. So
It's just a little too fake for me.
yeah, it's a little too arcadey. I agree completely.
Now, if I would have kept all my cards and not used the Seahawks theme at the end, but I mean, I was getting ready for the baby, but yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that with theme teams, I think theme teams are kind of like the best. And I think in the past with Madden Ultimate Team, they made the whole building a theme team like the best Raiders team or the best Cowboys team. They made it kind of a thing to where it was pay to play. I think they did a pretty good job this year with including the power up passes and being able to fit players that can fit the chemistries and all that overall. So hopefully it continues, but I actually do kind of enjoy the theme teams. Um, I myself, I didn't really build a theme team. I just kind of built a team that I kind of fits what I run well, but that's just me. So,
Yeah,
but moving
I
forward,
understand on that. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
But
Wait. Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
yeah,
Trey.
yeah. Go ahead, Nick.
So Shane, can I talk about real quick in case anyone wants to do it about winning a free $1 million with the NHL?
All right, yeah. Let me set the tone real quick. So, Nick is gonna talk. Nick's gonna give an announcement about how you can win $1 million by competing in hockey.
Okay, yeah. So,
yeah,
because I know
ahead.
Dave is in here. Yeah, Dave, if you want to win a free $1 million just by guessing who's going to win the playoffs for the Stanley Cup, you could go on NHL.com/bracket and it's free to enter the contest or whatever. I'm in it right now because I'm really trying to get. Well, you don't get $1 million, you get like 900,000 after taxes, but I'm trying to get it so bad. So, yeah, Dave. If you want to do it, yeah, you can. So, yeah, that was the announcement I had about that. All right, Trey, you can take it back.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've never been that big. Like, I mean, if we're talking about, Canadian, which, hockey obviously is Canadian. I don't really follow hockey, but two of my favorite TV shows of all time is in Canada, Trailer Park Boys. Letterkenny's another one, but I don't really like that one too much. But Trailer Park Boys, I've watched every single episode. So, but I know Shane's been to a few Spokane Chiefs, I believe it's called.
Yep.
they're a pretty good hockey team in Spokane. But have you played hockey growing up, or was it kind of because I know it's pretty expensive to get involved in hockey? But have you ever got into it that much?
Me or Nick?
You.
Oh, okay. No, I never played hockey. My brother played hockey for like 5 or 6 years.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you travel quite a bit when you play hockey, from what I've seen.
Well, yeah, and another thing is, though, a funny thing is, my brother's brother-in-law actually played for the Chiefs and then played in the NHL.
Oh, really?
hmm Yeah, his name was
yeah.
his name's Cam Severson. If anybody's bored, he was a fighter.
UFC fighter?
No, NHL. He was like
Okay.
a fighter there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I know we're kind of getting off topic, but
Well, I mean, I had to make that announcement because that's a free.
Yeah.
That's like free $900,000 right
Well,
there.
do you got a
so.
link, Nick?
No, I don't.
You need
he'll post it. He'll
to
post
be
it.
prepared,
Yeah, he'll
bro.
post it in the Discord, and then I'll post it up on the.
Okay, well, I could just type the website in the Discord.
Yeah, that works. I'm sure if you look up NHL.com, like 1 million.
Well, no. The website is nhl.com/bracket.
Yeah.
And then it tells you the rules and what you have to do to get it and all that.
Yeah. It kind of sucks that March Madness kind of got, whatever. I've never been that big into March Madness, but I mean the fact that it kind of wasn't a thing, kind of.
No, Dave, it's not a scam. I don't think the NHL would scam people.
No,
Sorry,
it's
You
not a
can't-
scam. It's just super hard to win. It's kind of like March Madness. If you get the perfect bracket, you win $10,000, which is not a million, but it's still like it's never happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was just answering. Sorry, because I was answering Dave's comment that he put in there.
Well, it's kind of funny, Dave. We were talking about NHL contest and talking about scams because that kind of leads us. That leads us into one of the the biggest controversies that went on during this week. For those of you that don't know, dub.w, professional Madden. Self-proclaimed talented in many areas. That's kind of the things that he said, but he's been kind of having some Twitter drama with Ryan Moody, aka Shutdown Safety. Have you heard anything about this, Shane, or you
No,
don't know
I
what's
don't
going
think so.
on?
I just saw like the only reason I posted what I posted in the Discord is because somebody posted it up during
Wait,
one of the arguments.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Like,
Shane, when
all
you
the
posted
comments.
that, I was confused. Like, I really don't. I didn't even because like when I was reading it, it said you self-proclaimed Madden winner, and I thought it was gonna be talking about Joke, but I didn't even see Joke's name in there.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna fill my because which is fine, I kind of the whole I mean you can go on Twitter at any time and it kind of keeps the podcast alive because everyone knows that Matt and Twitter and I think Shane can attest to this that there's always some kind of drama going on. Like if you had to guess, I mean I don't know how much you really do, but who do you think complains the most on Twitter? Like like regarding like the pro players.
I'm not sure because I don't always pay attention. I just heard it was Joke. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, so to fill you guys in, basically, W made a video. The video was called "10 Things You Need to Do to Compete in MCS Tournaments," and basically, the video got misrepresented. Well, I don't want to say misrepresented, but Ryan Moody made a video saying, this is everything that's wrong with Madden, whatever.
Is he a pro too or no?
Nah, he's
He's a
he's somebody
complainer.
that kind of he's been like he's like one of those guys that's really critical about Madden. Like he goes into like film breakdowns
Okay.
and
He's a pro complainer.
that yeah, it's a good word for it. I mean, one of the points that W made that kind of made sense is that he was saying oh, I'm talented in so many areas, but Ryan Moody kind of his talent is bashing the game. That's how he gets his subscribers, which is kind of true. But it just seems like, and I watch a lot of streams about this, but it seems like, people involved in Madden, whether it be like the competitive side of Madden or the simulation side of Madden, but it seems like, none of them could ever come on. They just like to hear, they like to hear each other talk. Like, no one like wants to come into the same podcast and, hash things out and have a discussion about it. It just seems like, it's like people just like hearing themselves talk, I've noticed. But since we have Shane in here, I was actually going to go to the video itself, and I'm gonna highlight some of the things that Dubby said, and I kind of want to get Shane's opinion on if these things are true or if they're not. So let me pull up the video real quick. I know I need to do a better job in preparing myself for for this podcast.
Oh,
I
you're good,
apologize.
bro.
Yeah.
Shane, do you think that NHL thing I was talking about? Because while we're waiting for Trey, do you think it's a scam or do you? Because I don't think the NHL would scam people like that.
No, it's not a scam. It's just way harder than you think.
Yeah, to guess all the brackets right in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not
I
a
didn't know.
scam.
I didn't know March Madness did that too. Really?
Yeah, it's 10,000, but it's still nobody's done it.
Ever?
Nope.
That's crazy. Have you tried, Shane?
Yeah.
And you didn't get it?
No, I was like 94, 95% one time.
Damn. I mean,
All right.
that's close enough.
Yeah. All right, so I got the video pulled up. Now, the first thing he talks about is accept and understand. So, pretty much what he's saying with this one is, if the game feels, fake or if it's too arcadey or if it's something that, is broken, then he says that you should accept it and kind of, accept it and not really complain about it and just kind of, work with what it is. Shane, do you kind of agree with that point that you made?
Yeah, I mean, you can't complain. You just got to do what you got to do playing it.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, hopefully they fix certain things if they're too broken, but at the same time, you got to play. You can't, like, be on Twitter 24/7 crying to the creators.
Yeah. I agree, and I think that's kind of where it gets misconstrued with Ryan Moody because, as a regular consumer, someone that pays $60 because they want to have, a good experience, then I can see what you're talking about. But, again, this video, and I'm going to come back to this point quite a bit, but the video was called 10 Things You Need to Do to Compete. And if you get to the point where you say, okay, I want to take the step to compete, then I don't really see anything wrong with saying, okay, this game isn't perfect, but if I want to, make a run at a tournament, then, I kind of have to understand it and try to work around it. But it's funny, that he said it because I feel like pro players kind of complain the most about the game. What do you think about it?
That pros complain most about the game?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think everybody complains about the game more. I just think
Yeah.
that people pay attention more to the pros, and also the creators care about what the pros think, more so the pros are more spotlighted. I think everybody complains.
Yeah. All right, so number two, the thing he talks about is MUT. So pretty much what he said is that if you want to be able to compete in the tournaments, then you have to embrace MUT. He said that, you know, there's a lot of people that are good in like regular teams, but you know that you have to kind of spend money on MUT. And this is the thing that kind of got misconstrued because, you know, in Ryan Moody's video, he was saying that, you know, OW's trying to, you know, expose like kids to gambling. But I believe you have to be 16 years old to compete in these tournaments to register. And if you're 16 years old, you kind of start developing responsibilities. That's kind of when you start to learn how to drive and all that. So
It is.
I think that was misinterpreted because I think if you're 16 and you should understand the concept that if you want to get something done, then you have to invest either time or money, and that's essentially what MUT is. So I think that was misinterpreted. But some of the one thing, because I think Shane, you know, he kind of says, you know, MUT definitely is where the money's at in terms of competitive. But one of the things he says that probably I could see from the other side kind of got misconstrued, but he said that he hasn't met a person that's a fan of NFL that tried MUT and didn't like it. So as a football fan, like maybe, you know, at first you didn't want anything to do with it, but like if the competitive wasn't involved and there wasn't a chance to get money, do you think that MUT, like, would you like hate it too? Or
I wouldn't care about MUT.
yeah.
I would just do regs.
Right. All right. And number three, he brought up a point, said money games. Pretty much what he said that, you know, to kind of get yourself ready is like would be a good idea to sign up for like, you know, Players Lounge and kind of start playing people for money to get some experience that way. Shane, would you kind of agree to that point?
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely promoting Players Lounge because he gets a piece of the pie.
Yeah.
But Gamer Saloon, Players Lounge, yeah, I'd agree. I mean, but the point is, in a way, because Regs plays totally different than MUT, and a lot of people don't have MUT teams when they're playing for money, unless they're pros, and then they do like their little Facebook chat or whatever it's called, Facebook groups.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But overall, I would agree that play for money. It'll help you a little bit to get ready. It'll help you somewhat.
And number four, he said was the positives, and pretty much what he said about the positives is that you know, like being in the Matic community, like he pretty much said that, you know, even if like you're not winning, you know, tournaments and money, that there's benefits as far as like, you know, building relationships with people outside of EA and building relationships outside of people with BA and just being involved in the Matic community as a whole. So, Shane, do you think that, you know, there is some kind of positives, like maybe in terms of like building like your brand if you want to try to start YouTube and Twitch and things like that?
It depends. It depends on how much butt kissing you do.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, I remember. I don't remember exactly when. I don't know if it was Madden 16 or 17. Like right now, like I said, my brain is all tired. I remember creating a YouTube and being on Gamer Saloon, and Skimbo and Mo and all those guys would laugh and be like, "You're making a YouTube account? That's dumb."
Wow.
But
what
now
a bitch.
everyone's doing
But
it.
now everybody's doing it, man. And yes, crews are going to help crews out and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, in the same sense, they're not going to help out everybody. And like all that I will say on this to answer about the positivity is watch when the tournaments start. Go on to the little Twitch streams or the YouTube streams and watch the pros, even if they're not in the same crew, helping other pros to beat the random players. So yes, if you're in a tight-knit group, yeah, it's cool. And yeah, I met you too. I mean, that's a positive. I mean, yeah, there is some positives, but it's not like cupcakes and gummy bears.
Right. Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything Shane said. You know, and at the end of the day, we're all Madden fans, and it is pretty cool to, you know, like in Twitch chats, just to kind of interact with one another. You know, that's pretty cool. So, and the number 6 thing he talked about was, you know, ebooks. And pretty much what he said is that, you know, even if you're opposed to buying ebooks and you think that you're good at the game, then you should open your mind to buying ebooks. Because he said that if there's information out there that can help you get better, then you should get better. He doesn't really say that you have to run someone's ebook, but, you know, maybe to, you know, see what's going on and that sort of thing. But, you know, Shane, what do you think of?
Yeah, Shane used to sell ebooks.
Yes and no, and that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah. Yes and no. Will it help the general person out? Yeah, I made people good money by selling the ebooks for the general consumer. But if you're talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy Skimbo's book or Kiv's book or Joke's book. Well, if you play him or their crew, they're gonna know how to beat you. Just like when I sold my ebooks, I actually had a dude try to play me that bought my ebook like a few weeks later, and I beat his butt because I knew how to expose what I put out in the ebooks. So don't get it twisted, man. They're looking for money.
Right. All right. So 7 and 8, I'm kind of skip over them because they're kind of number 7 was Twitter. You know, he said that, you know, you should make a Twitter account because that's where, you know, most pros are, and, you know, Madden League off, which is the Twitter that, you know, lets you know what leaderboard is the tournaments and that sort of thing. But number 9, the thing he talked about was, you know, crew, kind of what Shane was talking about earlier. So he said that, you know, 2 minds work better than 1. Yeah, he was saying that, you know, you don't necessarily have to be crew members with, like, you know, top level players, but if you could get into a crew with people that have the same goal in terms of, like, you know, being involved in a tournament and that sort of thing. So I think crews have been along for Madden for a long time. So would you agree with that, Shane?
Yeah, I think having a crew matters, but I also think that it depends on how in they are, how good they are, and how serious they are about it. I mean, there's only a few crews that constantly make the tournaments all the time. So yeah, I do agree with him.
Right. And number 10, to end off with it, he talked about excuses. So, you know, pretty much he was saying that, you know, people that want to take the step make too many excuses that say, you know, the game sucks and, you know, like, I'm not going to make it, and, you know, they just try to put it off. So, I mean, do you think that there are people that, you know, might make excuses as to why, you know, they can't make it, and that kind of holds them back, and, you know, the
yes, but in just being like quick to the point, it's an ego thing. Like, if like when I played a couple people 1-on-1 and I beat them, true story, and they were like, I wasn't trying. It's to cover their ego up.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, I lost because of the fumble, but you lost 31 to 10.
Yeah.
I mean, it's to cover up their ego, and yeah, I think people that make tons of excuses will never, ever make it.
Right.
I just think that you have to learn to adapt and get better at the game, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wait, Shane, like, make it to what?
A live
like
event.
Pro tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, so those were 10 things it did get a lot of. Now, I do think, and this is kind of where the controversy surrounded, is that Ryan Moody basically made a counter to this video, and he's someone that's not really involved in the pro community, and my overall opinion on it is that I think it got misconstrued because one of the points, and sure, some of the things that W said I don't agree with. Absolutely, there's things that I don't agree with, but disagreement is fine, but I feel like misrepresentation is just inexcusable, and that's where I feel like Ryan Moody did when saying that W's someone that works at EA and he's trying to sell MUT to kids, and I would approve transactions of people that are like kids or what have you, but I don't feel like that's someone that the W's audience is. I think that most people that watch W are between the ages of 18 and 35. So
yeah, probably.
Who's
I
W?
agree.
yeah.
Who's
All right,
W?
guys. So we just tackled. That was a pretty good discussion. That was pretty. I feel like that
Pro
was pretty,
player
straightforward and to the point. So props to which and I know Nick. When Ultimate Team comes around, we're also going to be doing some Ultimate Team talking about the different programs and promos that are going on. So
Oh yeah, and since Trey brings that up, on Trey's channel we're gonna be streaming duos.
yeah, so be on the lookout for that. We're gonna tear it up, and also the yard.
Oh yeah, Shanegotyou11 yard team, Trey.
Yeah. So maybe in the off season, if Shane's probably going to be busy, grinding for the tournaments, but maybe we'll try a yard team if it's good. Maybe have like a yard team. We need like 6 people, so I don't know who the other people are going to be, but if you're interested, definitely let us know. I think that's going to be something that we'd definitely be open to for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, that'd be cool, actually. Yeah.
All right, guys. So for the poll question, and as always, every Sunday it tries to get posted every Sunday, but there's going to be a thread page on Shane's YouTube channel. It's going to be about 3 poll questions about what topics you guys would want us to discuss on each and every podcast. So be on the lookout for that. But today's winner about the thread is the most excited thing you are about Madden 21. Since me and Shane kind of took over the last topic, I'm going to throw it over to Nick. Nick, what are some of the things you're most excited about for this year's game?
MUT and the new QB1 first of the franchise. The where you could play in high school and play as different receivers, and you could finally run the combine, and they're adding more to it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not called the QB1 face of the franchise. It's some different, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Me myself, the career mode is pretty cool. Definitely gonna check that out. I mean,
And
long shot kind of failed. For Madden 18 and 19, that was EA's big investment, and it kind of flopped after 2 years. But yeah, I am excited for this career mode. I think it'll definitely be better than its counterparts for the last couple years. The thing that I'm probably most excited about is I am pretty geeked for the yard. It is possible that it's going to be, kind of trash. Which I almost feel like, if EA didn't announce it, then it might be a sign that it's going to be kind of, whatever. But I'm just excited. I think there's going to be a lot of different modes to play. I think the gameplay is going to be better. The new zone drop feature, no more, people rolling outside the pocket and throwing quarter routes. And yeah, I think I'm excited for it all in general. But Shane, what are some of the things you're most excited for?
The grind, bro. The grind.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be honest, man. I've taken way too long of a break this year. I've never taken this long of a break before in my life, so I'm ready for the grind.
Yeah. So hopefully,
My
Go
bad.
ahead,
Go
Nick.
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because we were talking about what I'm most excited for. I just think it's cool that you could find you play in high school and then go to college instead of just
Yeah.
like starting in a college playoffs. So like really you didn't even play for the college that you're in playoffs with.
Yeah. And you'll be able to switch positions from
Yeah.
wide receiver or running back, so that's always going to be cool. I think that, if Madden, back in the day when, the franchise mode was really good, back in the old Madden's PS2 days, really good. I feel like if they would have built upon that, then it would have been way better. I mean, shoot, probably be way better than it is now, but it's definitely a step in the right direction. So, all right, guys. Well, with all that being said, I don't really have much else to talk about. If any of you guys have anything else you would like to talk about before we end off the podcast.
I don't. Nick, do you? All right, I guess not. All right, you guys, we'll be back August 13th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. This is the West Coast Madden Podcast. We'll see you then.